Welcome to the races. Welcome, race fans. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV, and we are racing again. I'm here in the booth at Bigg Wizurd TV, and we are sponsored tonight by Stair Fittings Incorporated. This race series, the GTE series from Last Man Standing Motorsports, is brought to you by Grandpa's Kitchen. Grandpa'sKitchen.com. Don't forget the 10% discount code is BWTV for Bigg Wizurd TV. Hey, I appreciate everybody being online with us. We're going to be here in the booth all night and giving you the live rundown, play-by-play of this season finale. 2 hours at the Nürburgring. We've started our qualifying session of 15 minutes. The guys are out on track. We've got 9 so far in the session, and it looks like everybody except for Todd is out on the circuit. Brett Elder was the first one out of the box. He's going around the track on his warm-up lap in his Porsche 911 RSR. This GTE series is the top tier of the GT class. GTE was just ran last weekend at Le Mans, and a lot of these cars were seen in one of these 911 RSR Porsches. As we watch Brett go around the Nordschleife. This tonight is going to be the Nürburgring combined circuit. The combined circuit, as you can see by the map on the top left of the screen, has both the Grand Prix circuit and the Nordschleife combined in it. And we'll be running the entire course tonight. That's 16 miles for a single lap. One time around, 16 miles. It's going to take you a little while. Strap in, get some lunch, grab a bag of snacks or whatever you want, because this one's going to be a long one. And we've got a couple viewers. If you're out there online, make sure you hop in the chat, say hi, so I know who you are. I can talk to everybody out there. Thanks for joining us. We'll go through the cars, the standings, and everything else as we get going here. This is Last Man Standing Motorsports, and this is the Nordschleife. All right, let's see. Let's go to the standings real quick. See who's on the top of the pile. We've got. Let's see. We've got. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Tuesday. It's GTE. Let's see. We've got at the end of the last run, Morgan Teggy's in front by 70 points. Julian Lockwood in second. Michael Mooney in third. I think Julian is still too far out to be able to catch, but yeah, Mooney's in third. He's quite a ways back with 158 points behind, so 228 behind Morgan. I think Morgan has this one just by starting the race tonight, and he is on track. So see how that goes as we watch Brett restart his qualifying lap. This is the challenge. Qualifying tonight is only 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes to get our laps in, and there's only time for one complete lap after your warm-up. So if you make a mistake and you damage your car, you have to start over. And at this point, he's got just under 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes to make this warm-up lap and get back around to the start-finish line to do a lap and get a time. You have to cross the line before the time runs out, and it's a 15-minute timer. We are 6.5 minutes in on the qualifying session. Morgan Teggy, our points leader, he's out in front of the field at the moment on the qualifying run, and we're checking out what he's got going on. Right now there are no times. This is going to take about 6 to 7 minutes just to get around the track one time. Morgan's out front right now, trying to get his lap in now that Brett had to restart. And then Mooney is behind him. He's in the 88 black Corvette. He's out there on track. Third in points. And then following Mooney is Julian. Julian our second in points. Julian's pretty close there. These guys are awfully close together. It looks like there's quite a gap behind Julian, over a minute. So when Julian gets to the end of this lap, he may back off just to give some space to Mooney and allow him a clean lap going through. You don't want to be near anyone here on your qualifying lap. He doesn't want anybody. These corners are treacherous. It's quite a ways around. It's quite difficult to get around this track. You have to memorize all the corners and remember where everything's at. After you run a good 100 laps here, which takes quite a while, you'll get the hang of it. And to go fast, you've got to be good. You've got to be good. You'll see some quick times tonight. We've got some drivers here that are extremely good at this racetrack. Let's jump back down to the field. Next up on the board is Brandon. Brandon's out here getting his prep lap in. It looks like Brett has abandoned his prep. He's back in the pits. So Brett's probably not going to get one. I don't see Tyler on track, and I don't see Todd Schwartz on track. So far, there's only, looks like five guys are going to go for the pole here. Let me see who gets it. Yeah, like I said, we got 9 total in the server. I haven't seen Gary Beal, but he did log in earlier. Check out if he hits the starting line. And 326, that is our friend Adam Novotny. Adam Novotny on course tonight in a newly painted Ferrari. That's a beautiful looking paint job he's got there. Let's see how he's going. So once again, welcome. This is Ron in the booth, Bigg Wizurd TV. We are here with Last Man Standing Motorsports, Grandpa'sKitchen.com GTE series. We're just getting our warm-ups going. The first couple drivers are down into the Grand Prix circuit and have started their timed laps. And as I thought he would, Julian has backed off from Mooney. As Mooney's out on track, and I believe Todd Schwartz now has come out on track behind Mooney for a possible chance at getting in a lap, but I think it's just going to be a warm-up because I don't think there's enough time to get your warm-up lap in. There's only 4.5 minutes left in the qualifying session. And the guys that have crossed the line will make it in that time frame, and the ones that have not will not. So 5 cars have a chance at this point of getting a time for qualifying. And we'll run it right to the end. I think our friend Adam Novotny is going to be the last one to cross the line in time to get a lap in. And he only has 4 more minutes, but he is finishing up the straightaway here. The fastest part of the racetrack coming up to the start-finish line. I don't have all these corners named. There's over 100 of them. So we'll just call them corners tonight. I'm not going to number them, not going to name them. We're just going to watch them. We're going to have them going around. I'll keep you up to date. I'll try to catch some replays if I can tell something's going on. It's not going to be easy to see where on track things happen. It's hard to tell if a car stops because the map is so large. This is a 16-mile racetrack, and we'll see how we go. Should be a lot of fun, though. I'm looking forward to the race tonight as we watch Brandon Dooley finish up he's down the middle of the Grand Prix section now. Back up to Brandon. iRacing will control some of our view tonight, and since I'm in the booth, I'll control the rest of it. If we get something good to watch, I'll see if we can get it on the screen for you. Right now, Adam is putting down a lap, trying to Stay close. Looks like Brandon is about 8 seconds in front of him. Oh, there's a car off. That's the 88. Let's see if we can see what happened there during qualifying. Well, that didn't work, did it? I got a really cool replay thing. It didn't work. No, Rudy just pulled over to make it happen today. So he is in the pits. We'll go back out on track for the rest of them. No times as of yet. Morgan has a chance. He's way out in the front. Looks like Brandon is out on the Nordschleife. Julian is on the Nordschleife. And Adam. So 4 guys left out there to try to get the pole. If you do not qualify with a time, you are lined up in order of your I rating. Bottom right of the screen, you can see the I ratings. Morgan is a 3.2K or 3,200 I rating. Next behind him is Brandon with a 2.0. And then we have Adam with a 1.5 and Julian with a 1.2. So if nobody qualifies, that would be your starting order. But I think we'll make it. I think we will get a few times here to get the race started. Like I said, use the chat. Let me know you're out there. Thanks everybody for tuning in, watching the race tonight. This is Ron up in the booth with Bigg Wizurd TV. Glad to have you on board. Bigg Wizurd TV, sponsored by Stair Fittings Incorporated. You can see their logo there on the screen. You know, let's talk about the sponsors here while we're waiting for these guys to finish up the ride. We've got a couple great ones. Last Man Standing Motorsports GTE series is sponsored by Grandpa's Kitchen. Grandpa'sKitchen.com. They provide gluten-free products, and I'll tell you what, they have some top-notch stuff. They have flours and kits and recipes and lots of stuff out on their website. Check them out. You can even get 10% off with your discount code BWTV. That's Bigg Wizurd TV. BWTV is a nice discount code up there. You can throw it in on checkout. Get 10% off your order. If you're thinking about it, if you are gluten-free and you would like to have some gluten-free products and you've tried them before and they just aren't any good, you've got to give these guys a shot. I'm telling you what. I've had the brownies, I've had blondies, I've had cookies, I've had muffins, all different kinds of stuff from these guys, and all of it is really, really good. So, well, it appears that the race session has started, that qualifying has ended prematurely, and we are lining up in order of I rating. Somehow. Not really sure what happened there, but the order we were talking about before with the 3.2 in front, the 2.0 in second, is exactly the way it's going to be. And Morgan got out and got his lap underway about as quick as you could and did not have enough time to get around twice. So that's odd that they didn't give him enough time after the qualifying session to get, after the warm-up lap to get a full lap in. So no one got a time. But our drivers are on the track. The green light is going to be fired up here in a minute. We are lined up behind the pace car. We're going to roll down the backstretch, which is a very long, straight section of the track. Great for overtakes, drafting. And when we get to the end of it, we'll run down the front straight and get this race underway. So a little quick on that. So a little short on the sponsors, but hey, grandpaskitchen.com, check them out for sure. Info on the bottom of the screen, grandpaskitchen.com, and the 10% code there as well. The other sponsor for Bigg Wizurd TV and Last Man Standing Motorsports is Stair Fittings Incorporated. If you need anything for your stairs, these guys have it. And not only do they have it, it's awesome stuff. Hey, Karen, nice to see you out there. Nice that we got some live viewers out there watching the show. It's going to be a good one here as we get started. Just about to kick off green flag down to the Grand Prix section. But I was just telling everybody about this awesome sponsor we have, Stair Fittings Incorporated. They have it all. I'm telling you what, if you need it for your stairs, they've got it. Stair treads, newels, newel posts, box newels. They've got balusters. They've got the skirting and the risers, everything, just everything you need. Accessories, handrails, custom work. Some of the custom handrails they make, absolutely beautiful. And the customer service, can't beat it. Stair Fittings Inc. is the way to go. So if you want to get a hold of them, right up on the top of the screen, orders.stairfittings.com. I'm not used to having that get ready to sign up in there to block my stuff. Orders.stairfittings.com. We are getting ready for the go here. They're coming around through the final corners. They're going to jump onto the Grand Prix front stretch. Pace car will dive in. Brandon and Morgan will hit the gas. Go down into turn 1, which is a very sharp right-hand hairpin. And we're getting it, waiting for that green to go. Rolling in slowly with the BMW from Morgan Teggy. There it is. There's the green flag as they hit the loud pedal and go down the front stretch. Morgan gets a good run down into the corner. Looks like he's going to take it first. Brandon in second, and Brett Elder is going to take third spot from Adam Novotny as they go around into the left-hand hairpin right after the front turn 1. And we're going through the Grand Prix section of the track. We're going to drop down into the stadium section here. And we'll go down into the hairpin. Another hairpin. That's 3 already. We just got started. As we are green. Everybody got away. Everybody looks pretty clean so far. Morgan down into the hairpin, up through the Schumacher S's here for the first time on lap 1. Brandon a little bit wide, but stays with him. The gap less than a second, but I guarantee you out here on this track, as big as it is, the gaps will be large. We probably won't see a lot of tight racing action, but we'll watch it. We'll keep close eye on it. We'll get it for you and keep you up to date. As Adam Novotny is not apparently satisfied with being in 4th position behind Brett Elder. He's going to try his best to get by. Long straightaway here. A little bit of a right-hand kink into the chicane. Should be hard on the brakes here. A little chicane. And off to the Nordschleife. Oh, and Adam dives down inside. Brett pulls over. Let him by. Now he's right under attack from Mooney, who's right behind him. Adam Novotny has moved into 3rd spot as they enter the Nordschleife. Morgan has already flexed his muscles out to a 2-second lead as they jump into the Nordschleife. Morgan is one of the fastest drivers I've ever seen on this racetrack. I do know a professional race car driver that has raced with us here in Last Man Standing Motorsports that was extremely fast, and Morgan is even faster. So, not sure why Morgan's not a professional race car driver, but he's really good at iRacing. That's one thing for sure. Little known fact, well, I guess it's a widely known fact about Nordschleife. This particular racetrack we're on, this section of the track that we're on right now, this is actually open to the public when it's actual races. And it's an actual roadway. So you can actually take your own car, and for about $30, you could drive around the Nordschleife. Regular rules apply, and it is an Autobahn, so you go as fast as you want. but you still have to be careful. You have to pass in the areas and be care. You can't just drive on whatever part of the racetrack you want because there could be oncoming traffic or slower traffic. I don't think it's oncoming. It's probably one way. I've never been on it, so I'm not really sure. But you know who has? Morgan Teggy has. He's actually here in a real car. Morgan's sliding around a little bit. Might not have the handle on the car yet. Maybe waiting for those tires to come in, or it might just be loose, and that's how he likes it, loose and fast. Brandon right behind, trying to keep pace. A second and a half. Brandon has actually closed the gap here in the Marshlife section. And Adam Novotny 5 seconds back from Brandon. As he goes through one of the many sections where you have to be hard on the brakes and consistent to get through. Mooney holding on to P4 has gotten by Brett Elder, as well as Julian Lockwood also got past his teammate. Normally no team orders on where they go. You can tell that Ferrari and Julian and Brett are on the same team. And hey, look at this. Tyler Greger catching up with Brett Elder. Brett seems to be the hot point of the higher speed sections of the racetrack. We'll see if Brett holds off Tyler. Just going down the hill here. Tyler looking for a spot to the right, looking for a spot to the left. One of the interesting facts about driving your own personal car out on the Marshlife, you cause a wreck and hit one of those barriers on the side. And if you die in your wreck, your family has to pay. The people that run the track are not paying for your mistake. So they're going to go side by side. They're going to be hitting a pretty hard braking session right here, slamming down the brakes down to second gear. Going around this right-hander, getting ready to jump into the carousel for the first time. And Brett Elder has started in the 3rd spot and has managed, after just a half a lap, to drive to 7th. But he was having a little trouble qualifying, so he might be happy with that, satisfied with the racetrack without an incident. Let's go back up to the front and see how they're doing up here. As Morgan still leads, now by 2.5 seconds, has expanded his lead through this center section of the Marshlife. We'll probably be running about 15 laps here tonight. And it is a 2-hour session, so that tells you something right there. You're only going to be on here for 15 laps. Each lap is going to be a long lap. Morgan slipping and sliding through the corners. He's really loose out there tonight. If he drives that way all night long, he might be fighting a little patch of grass and a fence. Luckily with iRacing, you don't have to pay for any fence damage or car damage. The cars cost $12. You can get a new one with a click of a button. But in one of these races, it only happens after you have to tow the car back to the fence, which could take you as much as 10 minutes to get back there. Go through the second carousel right here, the second little paved carousel section. Here goes Morgan. He pops out the other side and gets ready for the long straightaway. 2 drivers out there. And I don't think Brandon's going to be close enough at almost 3 seconds back. He's not going to have the advantage to be able to pass away. They'll probably have a little bit of hole in the air, but not going to be enough to catch up here. He's coming down on this long straightaway. They look like they're crawling. I can guarantee you they are not. 185 miles an hour as they go down these long straightaways. It's about the maximum speed for the GTE car. The straightaway is long enough that 7 of the 8 cars on track are on the straightaway at the same time. And here goes Morgan down into the end turns. And jumps out of the Grand Prix section here. If they were racing just the Nordschleife, he would have taken a hard right turn and jumped back down into the first segment of the Nordschleife, which is the very tight twisty corners. Down into turn 1, a right-hander followed by an immediate left-hander double hairpin. Oh no, he's not going through there. He's going through the infield. They aren't doing the double hairpin. My mistake. This is the longer version with the arena, so we're going through the arena again. Let's see how the action is in the middle. See if anything's heated up here. Tyler is still behind Julian by about a second and a half. Must not have been able to close that gap. They were pretty close back there after he got by his teammate Brett Elder. Has not been able to catch up with Julian. And Mooney is 4 seconds ahead of Julian, who is only looks like about a second or so behind Adam. Mooney's really good at this Grand Prix section too, especially right down through here. He's pretty fast. He could make up some difference here and challenge Adam for third. Mooney in the Corvette, sole driver of the Corvette on track tonight. Gary Beal is in the Corvette, but hasn't made it on track. We've got 4 BMWs. Morgan, Brandon, Tyler, and Todd are all running the BMW M8 tonight. Julian and Adam in the Ferrari, and Brett Elder in the Porsche. Let's take a peek and look what it looks like inside the car. Watch Mooney go through the chicane here as they jump back down onto the Nordschleife. Do gyro cam. I don't think there's not too many hard banks here, but kind of as the passenger seat. Get to see how they're doing out here on the racetrack. The gyro cam definitely says when he hits one of them curves there, doesn't it? It bounces right up. As the car gets a little bit unsettled. Still about a 2-second gap. This section is looks like advantage Novotny, or at least even money. Adam pulled out another 1/10 of a second there. Brandon's still holding close with only a 3-second gap to the lead. Adam now full 20 seconds back. Looks like no one actually had a clean lap on lap 1. The fastest lap marks are all blank, and that actually translates to the lap indicator showing that there was a mistake. There was an incident on that lap. Fastest laps only count for clean laps, which means no incidents. Mooney's really gaining now on Novotny, moving up within just a 1/10 of a second. Let's watch this from the back of Adam's car. Let's see if we can make this work. As the pair are out on the Nordschleife here. Mooney's closed up to half a second. 4/10 of a second. Really seems to have the advantage here. As Adam locks him up there. That's a pretty tight corner. They're all tight corners. Who am I kidding? This is the Nordschleife. Starts little sector there from Adam. As you can see, he's pulled out back into a 1.3 second lead. Another battle. Nope, nope. Tyler has gotten by. Julian. It's game on out here. Tyler's on a roll. He picked up a couple spots already, moved up into 5th position. He's past Julian and Brett. We're rocking and rolling this thing. Can't just say he's in the twisty corners or he's in the slow section, because that's just all night long. That was the carousel. And what's crazy is that Tyler, as quick as he is tonight, he is catching these two. Now that he's gotten past Julian, 3 seconds back behind Mooney now. Adam's still holding that 1.5 second, almost 1.5 second gap. Let's see what some more cool camera angles we can do here. Let's see if Brandon's close enough. These guys are all kind of spread out, 2.5 seconds, 2.5 seconds, and Brandon is about 3.5 seconds. So. Let's go up to our leader, Morgan. There we go. There he is. Goes through the second carousel. And we'll give you a little sense of the speed here. Like you're saying, it doesn't look like they're going that fast down this long stretch, but let's take a look from the bumper. And we'll see how quick they are actually going. You can see the painted words and lines on the ground. That is what 180 miles an hour is. Real close to the goal. It's not so hard in a straight line. Morgan has a way of figuring it out how to do it. Others are going around tight. Now this is interesting here. As we switch back to Tyler's nose camera, you can see that he has now moved up within 1.5 seconds of Mooney. He was falling back a little bit from Adam Novotny. Adam has pulled away. 3.5, 4 second gap. That was close. That was close. As Tyler gets loose coming out of the front stretch, Mooney's closing that gap back up to Adam. As they're going back into the Grand Prix section across the start-finish line, starting lap number 3. Oh, locks him up, going into 1, locks him up again. He's going to lose some ground there. That is going to cost him as he drops back a full second off of that lockup. Still fairly close there between 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Just about 3 seconds or less between the drivers. You can still see them all right there together on the screen. There's Julian, not that far behind. Julian very, very fast and super clean on this racetrack. I've seen him out here before. And he is one clean driver. Fastest lap so far. Last lap number 2 was recorded now as a complete lap, probably because we started. No, they should have had a lap time for lap 1 if they didn't make a mistake. So everybody must have made some error on lap 1. But Morgan has the quickest lap time so far. We'll come back around here in just a second and see what it was. It's lap number 3. And we got about an hour and 41 minutes to go. 20 minutes in, and we're just getting out of the Grand Prix section. Well, 8:21.5. That lap time is 2 seconds better. Almost a second and a half better than Brandon. Quickest time on the track. But the battle is not up front. The 5-second lead. The battle is in the Tyler once again making the charge. Back within 1.5 seconds, almost to 1 second behind Mooney as they go back through the Nordschleife. From racing with Mooney for a long time, being a teammate of his, I'll tell you that he runs a very loose race car and a very low downforce race car. So Mooney is going to be quick. He's going to be quick out here. Looks like he's got a really good handle on his car as well. He's losing that gap. They come down the hill. Very, very tricky section. Down the hill. Back up again, left-hander into a really tight right and then a left. First or second gear corner right here, depending on what you're doing. And then around this little short right-hander and back on the gas. So you're not slowed down for very long. We'll keep an eye on this battle. We're watching Tyler try to catch. Try to get by. Looks like he's caught him. Just a half-second back now. Can he get by? I can also tell you from plenty of experience that Mooney's not an easy car to pass. Mooney is under pressure. He's probably going to speed up a little, and they will probably close the gap on the body. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, as Mooney locks him up. Oh, so does Tyler. Tyler gains another 10th. 0.3 back now. Oh, he's got a good run on him coming down to the bridge. And he goes a little wide. He's wide as fast. He's making that gap work. They're going to be coming up on a long, straight-ish section. If there is a back straight on this race course, it's coming up. Right here around the right-hander. Back on the gas down this long stretch. 0.4 seconds may be enough to get a draft down this section of the racetrack. I can tell you, Mooney will plant his car wherever he needs to make it difficult to pass. Doesn't look like Tyler's got the advantage here. Mooney's got a really steady gas car. He always runs super low downforce. Tyler can catch section. If he can hang right close to him, he might have another shot on the long straight. Getting by Mooney is not easy. Any part of the racetrack. The way he sets the cars up will probably be even harder on the long straight. But as predicted, they are right there behind Adam. To a carousel. Oh, Tyler pops out of the carousel. That's going to lose him a second. At least a half a second. He's back. Yeah, he lost almost a full second there. You got to stay tight down inside that carousel. remember, these are digital, right? We're not in real cars. We're in digital cars. This is iRacing. Big shout out to iRacing.com. Thanks for those guys for being out there and making it all work for us. Bottom right corner, there's a shadow on everything we do. iRacing.com. If you want to get involved, this is a lot of fun. You can get yourself an iRacing account, and you can be out there racing. As they say in iRacing world, every day is race day. And we love it. We love iRacing. Oh, and something has happened out front. Morgan has moved into the second position. If you bear with me a minute, I will rewind and find out what happened. But it might be ugly. I do have my replay button, but it doesn't last that long for me to tell what happened. But we can find it. It is findable, and there it is. There it is. Going into the carousel, like I was saying, you got to hit that right. Morgan gets on the gas a little too soon and spins in the carousel, allowing Brandon to go by. Oh, there he goes. Oh. And the lead has changed hands, and it's not just a little. It takes him a minute to get going. We'll get back up to live here. Sorry about the high-speed clip there. As we watch Brandon now with a 6-second lead. Oh, and Brett's in the pits. Oh, Brett is in pit lane. I think we ought to, even though it's painful, let's see what happened to Brett. He's going to be towing for a minute. Oh, it looks like he's had multiple incidents. He's off here. You can see his wings straight here. He goes off in the 4. It's no fun. He's got wing damage. Probably, oh, he's crab walking. Look at that. The car's sliding sideways. Yeah, he's damaged the suspension, damaged the rear wing. Not really good situation there for Brett. Rough time. He's trying to stay with it. I think he's probably going to lose it again and ends up going. And that is what's going to happen. And Brett, who's now in 8th position. Long ways behind Todd Schwartz now as he's talking back to the pit lane. However, what many of you may not know is that when you tow back to pit lane, and you start up at the lap where you towed from. So it's not the worst thing in the world. As we watch Morgan try to hold on to that lead, 6.5 seconds still out in the front. They're going through the Grand Prix section, which Morgan knows very well. And so does Brandon. Oh, Tyler has got by Mooney. Mooney's in the pits. Mooney is in the pits. He pulled in. Oh, he's crab walking. He's got something happen to his car there. Oh yeah, he lost the group there. He lost the group going down the back stretch there. Little sideways. He must have gotten off the track somewhere. There's Julian getting by. There's Mooney here in front of Tyler. Oh, just catches the grass. Oh, hard into the wall. Oh yeah, suspension damage there, big time. But he managed to drive it around and was able to save that. Didn't have to take the towing. Sorry about the fast forward and rewind. Nordschleife is way too long to catch the action with just a simple replay button. And even though I have one, I have a really cool one, but it's not fast enough for this long track. And I figure with as long as this track is, and as much time as we're going to be out here tonight, I think it'd be okay to watch the viewings and get you guys at least information on what happened. Since I'm here in the booth, might as well, right? As we watch our leader moved up from second spot, Brandon Dooley. You know, I was saying earlier during qualifying that Morgan's car seemed really loose and proved to bite him in the carousel. But he's already gained back a whole second. He's 5.5 back. But this gives Morgan a chance. Now, with 2 hours of racing, they're going to have to make a couple pit stops tonight. Let's see where we go. We are a half hour in the next 60 seconds. And right now, Brandon is out front. Lap 4. Morgan is in second spot. Tyler Greger has moved up to third ahead of Mooney. Adam Novotny hanging on in fourth ahead of Julian Lockwood, then Mooney, then Todd Schwartz, then Brett Elder. 8th position. Todd has not had any incidents that I've been able to see, but he is quite a ways back from the leader. Still running clean. No problems with his car. Hasn't had to come into the pits. Looking good out there. On track. So if you can tell, the last lap time for him was a 9:10. 9 minutes, 10 seconds. Last lap for the leader was an 8:23. So he's not as quick as the leaders. Mooney was actually able to come in, repair his car, and get back out in front of him. But Todd is running smooth and up to P7. The more errors these guys have, the more he will climb forward. He currently has it's like a 70-second lead. It's over a minute back to Brett in 8th place. So even if Brett's faster, it's going to take him a while to catch him. Well, we still have that 3-car battle for third spot. Tyler has managed to get by Adam and Julian and holds on to third. Pretty decent gap now, 5 seconds back to Adam. Adam really has some good laps out here tonight. It's been really good. Tyler is on fire. He's climbing up through the field. He's gained 4 positions from his 7th place starting spot. Tyler currently serving in the armed forces, staying in Kansas right now, our Army bases. I appreciate him for his service, keeping us all safe, and letting us do this right here, letting us race and have a good time. Oh, look at that. That is just a beautiful section of track, isn't it? Coming up through those S's. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Down through the carousel again. Tyler managed to hold on to it that time, but he didn't have a car right in front of him trying to catch and pass, but he did get by Mooney. Let's go up front. See how our leader's doing. Still got a 4-second lead. Brandon's car does look quite stable. Looks a little more stable than Morgan from what I saw earlier. Morgan is catching. So right now, 4 seconds to get. So Brandon goes through the second carousel for the 4th time. And out to the long straight. All these straights and corners and everything else, sections of the track, they all have these really cool long German names on them. I can't pronounce it. And trying to memorize over 100 corners worth of names, not going to happen. But as you can see, in the same shot, on the same straightaway, Morgan Teggy trying to make ground and gain on Brandon Duke. Definitely our 2 top drivers in the series here. Whoa! goes. Brandon's trying to help him out, cutting across the grass there, but he doesn't hit anything. So should be no damage to the car, and he's probably very happy about that. But if he was going to run with the 0X tonight, he's not anymore. Down into turn one again, through the infield, through the stadium section. With that little off there coming into the Grand Prix stadium, Morgan has gained and is now only 2 seconds back. As they scoot through the stadium section and now down into the hairpin. Not sure if I can get anybody up here from the race. It's pretty intense to be racing in this section. Oh, Adam has dropped back. Adam has had a problem. Oh, big time. Big time as Mooney's catching him. Let's see what happened to Adam. Oh, it only takes one little instance, just one little error. Adam, oh, just loses at the top of the hill. I've had that happen to me before. You just get up the top of that hill, the car gets light, and off to the side it goes. Oh, just terrible, just terrible. Hate that for him. Julian gets by. Adam straightens it out. He's gonna crawl it on back to the pit lane. Oh wow, yeah, he's got himself a handful, getting that back safely. He will fall to the clutches of Mr. Mooney as Mooney has gone by. You see Mooney go flying by. Mooney's at full speed and Adam's just trying to walk that thing down the straightaway. Zoom, there he goes. Oh, Adam's just having a nightmare with this thing. If he doesn't get this thing rolling, and he's having a real hard time on this front stretch, or on this back stretch, Todd is going to catch him. Todd is right there. So our order has changed again. Brandon is still up front, but now it is a race in the front of just a half a second as they're out of the Grand Prix track and back onto the Marshlight. We're back live with our leaders. And we'll watch this battle, see how it goes. Adam is definitely going to be overtaken by Todd Schwartz. And Todd is going to move up into P6. Now Adam is quick, so if when he gets back to the pits, he can fix the car. I don't know how many fast repairs they have tonight, which usually as we see Todd get past that. Todd is just having one heck of a time trying to get down that backstretch. Through the tight second gear section, back on the gas, still only half a second separating these two drivers in the front. Morgan with the spin on lap 3 has now caught again on lap 5. Oh, as Morgan goes wide, but he hangs on to it. Does lose a little bit there. Loses about 3/10 in that corner there. It's a huge difference. You hit a corner correctly and you miss one. As to what you're going to see on your lap. Just that small lockup from Brandon loses a little tense. Morgan's a little cleaner through that. Tight down left hand. Here and see if he can get a run down this long straight section. Hard on the gas. really straight, but it's straight-ish. About as straight as you get in the one section. Brett Elder back on the track. And I think Brett has also gotten out in front of Adam. Adam is going again. He's got his car fixed. And he's going to be trying to catch up. He's not that far behind from Brett Elder and Schwartz. He may have a chance to catch them in the next little bit. We're going to stay up front here in this battle here. Oh, as Morgan's just gaining and gaining as he gets down these long stretches. You can see tenths of a second just tick away. He's down to 3/10. This is one of the most challenging, twisty sections of this racetrack. Oh, and Brandon goes a little wide. He's working a way around, and there he goes. He takes it. Oh, they almost touch going down side by side. That was really, really close. They're making it interesting, that's for sure. As I see Brandon is also starting to get a little loose out there. 40 minutes on these tires around Nordschleife. Did they wear the tires out? Will they have to change tires on their stop? 2-hour race, I would imagine somebody's going to go for a tire change. Goes as we watch Morgan start to pull away. He's already got a second. He's definitely quick. And at the moment, very, very spread out. These are the only two within a few seconds of each other. Let's go through the field, though. We'll go through and see where everybody's at and how they're doing. We don't have any more incidents as we do this. Morgan out front. Brandon Dew in second place by 1.5 seconds now as they come back across the start-finish line to complete lap number 5. They are through the long straight, back into the Grand Prix section of the racetrack. Down the front straight, and Morgan dives for pit lane with Brandon in tow, slowing down to pit lane speed. And they're going to come in. Let's see if anybody gets tires now. It looks like we're only 42 minutes in, and this is a 2-hour race. So if they're getting fuel now, they are definitely going to have to go with another stop. So do you get tires? Do you fill it all the way up? Do you get it just enough so you can get to your pit window and then fill it up? Or do you run it lean? You know, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Brandon could go a little less fuel and not get tires here. Try to get back out in front. As they're doing their service now, fuel's going in. We'll see if either one of them lift up their cars to get tires. Right now, they're still just getting fuel. There goes Brandon. Oh, and he gets out in front, just barely out in front. As Brandon takes the lead, he may have taken just a little bit less fuel to do that. Now, being that they have 2 stops, they may not have full fuel all the way through. So now Morgan has to get by him again to try to make this work. As we see the 05 of Tyler Greger jumping into pit lane. And I am going to guess dollars to donuts that we're going to see the same thing right here from Julian Lockwood. And there he goes into the pit lane as well. You like that? Dollars to donuts? That's a good one, isn't it? I have no idea what that means. Who wants some track facts as we watch these guys? Anybody up for some track facts? Let's see. Built in 1920, opened in 1927. Nürburgring, the Nordschleife. According to the Nordschleife itself, as we watch Brandon give up the lead, probably knew that was going to happen before too long, but thought he would have held it a little longer than that. But it was really close coming out of the pit lane. So Morgan back up front just by a half a second. 20.8 kilometers is the Nordschleife. 73 corners, 300 meters in elevation change. That's 1,000-foot elevation change. Now that is quite amazing. The Nordschleife is considered one of the world premier racetracks. I mean, there's nothing like driving on the Nordschleife for a racetracker. I mean, that's just the dream of all race car fans. It's located in the Eifel Mountains in Germany. There's as much of a gradient as 18%. There's about 3 places on the track where the car can actually come off the ground. We're coming up on one of them right about now. Right here on this hill. We can't see it very good, a little far away, but right there as they crest that hill, they actually can come right off the ground. Let's see, 6 minutes 11 seconds is the lap record set in 1983 with a Porsche 919 LMP1 hybrid. The 919 is an LMP. It's a prototype hybrid with electric boost. And then, just recently, oh, that was in 2018. The original time, 6 minutes and 11 seconds, was done in 1983. Now, the quickest time is 5 minutes and 19 seconds in the hybrid 919. That is amazing. I mean, these guys are running this in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. And I just can't imagine how fast you'd have to be going. Minutes. Now, granted, they're not running the Grand Prix section. Eifel, Germany, the home of the Nordschleife. Official start of construction was September of 1925. It was actually built as an answer to the Depression. To give people jobs, 25,000 jobs, 2,500 jobs. Sorry, were made. At the time to build what in current dollars would be $14 million. Officially opened 2 years later in June of 1927. The track in 1927 combined was 28.2 kilometers. 28.2, we'll get some actual numbers here. We have Google, that's 17.5 miles, longer than its current construction. But that's the Nordschleife and the Schurschleife, which is no longer there. They took out the Schurschleife in 1985 when they built the Grand Prix course, which now today is combined with this track as a 24-hour circuit. And they do race that race every year in May in Germany. It's 24 hours around both combined tracks. In one of the longest, most grueling races of the year. 24 hours seems like 48 or more when you're on the Nürburgring. Maximum gradient is 17 degrees. According to Nürburgring, the racetrack itself, there are 73 corners on the Nordschleife itself, which is 33 left-hand corners and 40 right-hand corners. The lowest point is, let's see, lowest point is 320 meters above sea level. The highest point is 627 meters above sea level. The difference of about 327 meters, which is well over 1,000. Interesting stuff about the Nordschleife. Let's see if there's something else we can find out there. That's probably it. Some of the information is a little dated. But, tell you what, a race in 1927 looked very different. Now, in the 60s, Formula One raced here, and Jackie Stewart, Jackie Stewart, who is, by the way, a three-time Formula One champion, named the track the Green Hill. It's stuck. Everybody's been calling it that since. A house or a castle. Interesting. In the middle of the Nordschleife. They do repair and repave the track each year. They do it in just a section. They do it in sections on the racetrack because it's just too big. You'd have to shut it down all year long to repave it. In 1986, they abandoned the Nordschleife as the Formula One circuit. They actually went to which is another famous German racetrack, for the Formula One races at that point. They stopped doing Formula One at the Nordschleife because it was too dangerous. They just were losing too many drivers to accidents. They were not willing to keep that going. So they changed it up. They moved over to Hockenheim, and then they've been back to the Nordschleife Grand Prix track since, after they built that racetrack where the Schleife used to be. They have returned and are racing again at the Nordschleife, but not every year. Some years they do go to Hockenheim. I guess that's what FIA gets to do, is pick where they race. FIA is the governing body of Formula One Group. Let's see, we're nearly an hour, 52 minutes in here, as we watch Morgan just finish up lap number 6, back into the grandstand section, into the Grand Prix track. Down along the backstretch here, across the kink, into the chicane, and back out into the Nordschleife. Tyler Greger is still having troubles. He is in the pit lane again. He might just be in for his service as we watch. Oh, Tyler is now alive. As we watch, that was Julian in third go flying by. Mooney is back up to the 4th position. Adam, Tyler, and Brett have all had issues tonight, a little bit bigger than Mooney's. The gap gap out front seems to have stabilized. As Morgan now holds a 7-second lead over second place Brandon. Julian back quite a ways from them. Let's put Julian up here and see if that's over 2 minutes or not. Not quite. He's at 112 seconds behind the leader, which is just about a 2-minute gap. An extra 15 seconds for Julian on his lap. Let's go see if we can find out what happened. That's a little longer than just a fuel stop. So let's see if we can find out what happened to our friend Tyler. That looks like he's towing. Oh, he loses it into the wall, bounces, and I think he might be calling it. That doesn't look bad enough that he couldn't drive it back. So that may be it. That may be it for Tyler. That would leave us with 7. We'll see if he does get back out. He may. As Mooney passes him in the pit lane, takes that 4th position. We already had it. Now Todd Schwartz coming around. And Todd's coming into the pit lane to get his service.
My wreck was further back, Ron. Just so you know.
Well, there you go. Tyler with trying to recover, doesn't quite get it get it under control and has to go in the pits. We'll go back here as soon as we watch this section here, because I believe, unless Brett is also coming into the pits, so he is not going to gain on Todd. He's going to come into the pits behind him and probably leave behind him. Adam now coming around down the front stretch is going to take 2 spots away. 3 spots away as he jumps from 8th up to 5th position. Now Adam had to go in and do a long stop as well. Let's go ahead and see as Tyler jumps back on track. Good to see him back rolling again. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. We'll go back a little farther this time, as he got a new set of tires as well, which at halfway point is a good idea. A very good idea at the halfway point. So let's see. Yes, Aunt Karen, Morgan is definitely a beast. As we go back, we're doing a little replay action here. Let's cue the replay. Since I have it. Replay. Catching Julian at this point. Getting close. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, hard into the wall. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to cause a problem there. That is not good. No wonder Tyler couldn't control that. That front section is definitely broken. We will go back to live here. Hopefully, the replay screen is too quick and I can't get back to live fast enough. I got to slow down my replay video. But moving back up to live time, we'll catch up with Tyler as he's back out on the racetrack. Comes out in between Adam and Todd. So Tyler moves into the 2nd spot, ahead of Brett and Todd. So gets his car repaired. Did have to tow, lost a little bit of time, but he is still in sixth spot. I hope you like my replay. My little replay screen. Need to stretch it out when I'm racing at Nürburgring because things happen and they can take a long time. So. All right. Racing again. I don't think we ever made it through the field. Morgan out front with the lead. Driving, as Karen says, like a beast. Comes across the start-finish line, finishes up his lap number 7. And we are at halfway right now. So if they don't slow down just a little bit, they're going to have to go 15 full laps or 16 laps instead of 15, because they have 15 seconds right now at the halfway mark. Just crossing the line, starting lap number 8. See how they do. I'm guessing it's going to be 15 laps, not 14. So just because of the way the timer's working. Morgan is way out in front now. 12-second lead for second place, Brandon, who's still running some great laps. Not good enough to stay with Morgan. Not tonight. Not on this long racetrack. Morgan's fastest lap, or Brandon's fastest lap tonight, an 8:23. Morgan just ticked off an 8:17. 3-second pickup on his fastest lap, where Brandon ran at 8:25 last lap, 2 seconds slower on his fast lap. Third place is currently with Julian Lockwood. He is nearly 2 minutes behind. Well, he's a little bit more than 2 minutes behind the leader. And he has almost a minute 49-second gap to fourth place. The gaps are getting big. As we watch Julian just coming into the Grand Prix section, we can go back to our leader as they're just leaving the Grand Prix section. So the entire Grand Prix course in the lead for Morgan. This Julian Lockwood. As Julian goes across start finish line and starts his lap number 8. Michael Mooney coming down the long straight. Very fast car. As we are now under an hour to go. Just 58 minutes left in this contest, plus whatever lap they're on. Which could be as much as 8 more minutes, depending on when they cross the line. Everybody's running clean right now. The leaders have not been able to catch up with the back of the pack, but I'm guessing here that Brett Elder, who has closed this gap to Todd Schwartz down to 9 seconds, is going to catch him here fairly soon. Their gap to the lead is extensive, 388 seconds. They're more than 7 minutes behind the leader. More than 6 minutes behind the leader. It's only 8-minute laps. Oh. As Todd has spun. Not good for him. Allowing Julian to go by. That carousel has been Tough spot for more than one driver tonight, and more than one driver in real life. It's one of the most complex, dangerous, tricky sections of the racetrack. As Todd gets it back under control. Hopefully he didn't get any damage off of that. So let's see, we're at Morgan up front. 14-second gap back to Brandon in second spot. The sun's shining a little different on the racetrack. I wonder if we're getting a little late in the day. Some long shadows, maybe? Shouldn't be too bad. I think we've still got enough daylight to finish this thing up in the daytime. Julian in the third spot, coming down one of the faster sections of the first part of the North Slide. Mooney in P4, just going back onto the North Slide for the 8th time for him on lap number 8. Tyler Gregor picked it up, dropped it, picked it up again. He's cruising. He's going again. Just finishing up his lap after the mishap from last lap. Tyler in the 5th position. Everybody's so far still on the lead lap, but that is probably not going to last the whole race. We're halfway around on this time, and the two leaders are only about 2 minutes behind. Julian did get past. Let's go jump over to Adam, though. He is in 6th place. Oh, Adam's car has looked better. A lot better. See where Adam figured out where the complication was. There he is, right there. That might be after, though, because he's already got damage on the back. And what a, oh, he's even already, it's even before this. He's just having one heck of a lap here. Lap 8 for Adam is not the lap he wanted. Apologize for the rewind, but it's really all that's going on right now, except everybody's driving around in this big, wide racetrack. Let's go back and figure out what this was. Unless he went the whole lap. There it is. There it is. Just at the beginning of his lap. Into the North Slide. Oh, loses it down the hill into the hard braking section. Hard into the wall. Oh, tough break for Adam. He does manage to drive it around all the way to the pit lane. As he loses a spot to Todd. Oof, that's just heartbreaking for him. He's been trying. He gets it back fixed up and he has him go back by him again. So he does manage to get it back into the pits and get a fast repair, get some tires and fuel, and back underway. Oh, tough break for Adam. Was in the 6th spot, but now Brett Elder is in the 6th spot. There he is. Move back up to P6. Brett, Todd, and Adam and Tyler have all been swapping these spots around back here in the back. Brett currently holds on to the 6th position. Followed by Todd Schwartz. Still running clean. Had a couple errors, but not all that quick, but still running clean. You don't have to spend 8 to 9 minutes towing. You're better off. You are better off. Suppose that's logical. And then Adam, once again, after fixing his car, in P8. So eight of the drivers that started the race are still out there. Tyler and Brett have not, and Adam have not yet had a clean fast lap yet. So their last lap time, fastest lap, still blank. Last lap with the pit stops, Brett at 10:06, Todd at 10:35, Adam at 8:40. Still ran a pretty decent lap with that beat up car. Hopefully he doesn't push too hard and end up right back in the wall. This car took a little bit of damage on the nose there. Still looking pretty good. He's got a little wrinkle there on the front end. Looks like he's still doing just fine. I'm guessing since the cars have still been able to go into the pits and get fixed real quick, I'm guessing that we've got a couple of fast repairs tonight, not just one. I'm going to leave you for just a minute here in the booth. I'll be right back. And we will jump up front and watch the leader. Now on lap 9, jumps out into the Nordschleife once again. Okay, we're back at it. We are back at it here. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV, and we are well over halfway now. We have 47 minutes to go in this contest. Morgan Teggy is just stretching out that lead. He is just making his dominance known as he is really starting to hook this car up. Stretched his lead out to a 21-second gap to second place. Let's see, we got Brandon back here in second. Morgan and Brandon both in the BMW up front. In this contest, you can still see them close together sometimes on the racetrack, but not always. Oh, did we just have... Oh, that looks bad. That looks bad. It's Adam. Oh, hits the curb and bam, hard into the wall. And that is a tow. That requires towing. Ooh, that was rough. Adam back in the pit lane for an extended towing spot. Hopefully he's got enough fast repairs to get that sucker fixed. Oh man, that looked tough. That is what Nordschleife will do. 1 second you're going, and the next second, just not. Into the wall hard. Morgan stretching his lead. Brandon back in the second spot. Julian in third, comfortably, very comfortably in third. But he is more than 2 minutes behind second spot and more than a minute ahead of fourth. The gaps get large as the shadows get long here at the Nordschleife. We may finish this one in the dark. Julian keeping his car looking pretty clean tonight. Pushing close to a 3-minute gap to the leader now. Mooney 4 minutes back off the lead. Still safely on the lead lap, about halfway around. With 45 minutes to go in the contest. If he keeps it clean, keeps it running, he'll definitely have that P4. Maybe better, because the gap behind him is nearly 2 minutes back to Tyler. Tyler did get things straightened back out again. Got everything figured out. He is back in the 5th position. Adam looks like he has left the server, so he must not have had another fast repair. And that's too bad. That is unfortunate. Adam has left the race. So we're down to 7. Adam having a rough time at the ring. A Nürburgring that can just reach out and bite you and not let go. Mooney running some pretty smooth laps right now. Had a little issue early on, but since then has been running pretty good. Hanging on to P4. Tyler, almost 2 minutes back from Mooney, has had his challenges tonight. Currently running in 5th position with a very strong hold on P5. 100 seconds in front of him and about 100 seconds behind him. As he goes a little wide, hopefully he hangs on to that. Hold on to it, Tyler. He brings it back on the racetrack. Oh, just trying to keep it exciting for you, folks. Just keeping it exciting out here. Gotta keep it real, because we're racing. Nordschleife. Let's see, what else do we need? What else do we need? The Nordschleife is still used for many races. A lot of touring car races, the 24-hour races there, GT3 races there from the World Endurance Championship from Europe. They also use it for just regular people can go out and race on it, drive on it. They don't allow the race cars out there. Regular cars are out there. So, but it is a just like a toll road. You walk up, you pay your $30, and you jump out on the racetrack and go around. It'd be nice to do. I think maybe one of my trips to Germany or to Europe, maybe I could get up there. Of course, I'd have to find a car to take out there. And I doubt I would try to do it in 6 minutes. P6 is Brett Elder. Had a couple issues early on. Had a little trouble during qualifying, but has seemingly got it back together. Last lap of an 8:43. He has lost 2 spots from the starting position. in 6th position. And he's got quite a gap. Heading up 100 seconds behind Tyler Greger and 200 seconds behind Michael Mooney. Todd Schwartz, 20 seconds back. Brett's quickest lap of a 1:8:43 was his last lap. So he finally got a clean lap in on the last one. And Todd currently in P7 because of the attrition. You know, he's come close. You know, Brett's only 20 seconds in front of him. And even though he might not be the fastest out there, he is consistent. Although you can see the front end of the car, the right front has some damage. But it's not enough to keep him off the track or to have him tow. So depending on what he does this time by, he might be able to go in and get that repaired. 45 minutes might be enough. He's got 40 minutes. He's got quite a ways to go before he gets back there again. Oh, as he spins around. The curse of the camera. As the leaders are catching. Morgan now only 17 seconds back of Todd. Todd down a lap. I don't think Todd would be upset if he had to race one fewer lap here at the Nordschleife. But he's cruising. He's still running. We got 40 minutes to go in the contest. And Todd is still there. Still doing it. Let's take a look from his seat. Let's see if we can tell the steering wheel looks like it's not, like he's not pulling the wheel. It goes straight down the straightaways here. So it looks like his suspension is okay, even though he's got that small front end damage. Morgan is catching. Morgan has extended his lead again over Brandon now by 30 seconds. The calendar at the Nürburgring is full. They have the Nordschleife race, which is the Nürburgring Endurance Series race number 4 on June 25th. It's coming up at the end of this month. On July 2nd, they have an RCN run. All that's been canceled. But that looks like the TCR class here in the IMSA series. Oh, they got a couple races that are canceled. Also July 2nd. Looks like the GS class. They call it the GLP class. They do have coming up on July 9th Endurance race number 5 with the GT3s. And then July 10th they have Das Motor Event. Drag races, drift racing, taxi rides with races, meet and greets. All kinds of stuff going on. And then they have the Time Attack Masters. And then they have a truck Grand Prix where they race trucks at the Grand Prix track. Got a lot going on. There are so many races going on. The Drift Championship. It's like the GLP races have been canceled this year. They've got a lot out there. They can easily cancel some stuff and it wouldn't hurt. A lot going on at the Nordschleife. It's starting to get dark here on the racetrack. We've still got 35, 37 minutes to go. Morgan has caught Todd Schwartz. Here he is behind him. Todd's trying to get out of the way. Tags the wall. Right as they're about to enter the second carousel. I think he probably could have waited with his 30-second gap. Probably could have waited until that long straightaway, but Todd chose to let him by early. as Tyler is once again in the pits. I don't think that's routine service. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. Oh yeah, oh yeah, he's damaged. Just goes a little wide into the wall. As Adam has seen, it does not take much. Oh, Brett Elder has dropped. Brett Elder is out. Wow, they're dropping like flies here on lap 10. We're an hour and 24 minutes in, and we are losing them right and left. Let's see if we can find out where Brett ended up losing it. It was a while ago. Brett has called it a night. As he is just out in the Nordschleife. Catches a curb. Into the wall hard, and that is it. That is it. Tyler does something similar. Whoa, rough night on the ring tonight. Back to live racing action here as Morgan is in for his last stop. Back out on the track. Brandon also in at the moment, and he's getting tires. He is going to get some tires. And that allows Todd Schwartz to get back out in front of him. Back onto that lead lap. Probably not for long. Tyler is moving again. He did not fix all the damage, but he fixed enough to keep going. You can see he's definitely got some damage, so the fast repairs are used up. Tyler now running in the 6th position. Todd Schwartz, as I was saying, man, endurance. Man, this guy has been running fairly clean, has a couple mistakes here and there, not a lot of errors. And he is moved up to P5. Let's see if that steering wheel's still straight. It sure looks like it. He's running it smooth. He's not running it fast, but he is running it smooth, moved up to P5. Now Tyler is not that far behind him, but Tyler is also behind the leaders. Looks like he has lost a lap now. Yeah. So he's 70 seconds back. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting finish. Todd may have a good chance of holding on to that P5. We'll see if Tyler can get back up with him. With his damaged car, you might be able to still go faster, but he has got over a minute to gain to catch back up. Brandon has finished his service with new tires. Back out on the Grand Prix circuit. He is going to be out onto the Nordschleife here momentarily. Has allowed his lead to grow, or his second place deficit to grow to 60 seconds. He has 1 full minute now with those tire changes behind Morgan, which means Morgan did not change tires. He's running on hour and a half old tires now for the last half hour of this race. This may be a good move for Brandon. This could be a strategy move. If Morgan has an issue, he was already loose early, and now his tires are worn. We'll see. We'll see if that plays a factor. Julian still running clean as well in the 3rd position. He is just over a minute behind Brandon. And just putting down the laps, keeping it clean, getting that car to the end. You got to get to the finish for any chance of getting a good spot or a podium spot. Mooney trying real hard to get back up into the P3 spot. Still has that slight damage on the nose of the car. Doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. Last lap was at 8:53. He's still up into the 4th position as he comes down the long stretch towards the Grand Prix section into the grandstands area. They can probably hear him now. Around the final corner, onto the Grand Prix track, down the front stretch. I said that was a black Corvette. That is not. That is a dark blue Corvette. That is not black at all. It might even be a cross between a blue and a purple. So Mooney dives into turn 1. Let's see what's going on up front as we go back to Morgan. Now with his 62-second lead. With just 29 minutes to go, win the contest. We'll see if he can get this completed. And, you know, if he would have taken tires, he probably would have guaranteed himself to finish at lap 14. Now, he's probably going to have to go around to lap 15. He does have enough time to stop and get tires at the end of this lap and finish it up a lap sooner, but I don't think he will. I think he's going to go to the end. I think he's going to take it to the end. Grandpa'sKitchen.com. That's our sponsor for the GTE series here at Last Man Standing Motorsports. For all of your gluten-free needs, check out Grandpa'sKitchen.com. They've got flours and different kits for like pizza doughs and things like that. I'm telling you what, it's good stuff. You can't tell that it's gluten-free. If you've been waiting, don't wait any longer. Go get some. 10% off with the code BWTV. That's Bigg Wizurd TV, by the way. And you can grab yourself a little discount and get yourself some gluten-free flour. I've had a couple of the products, quite a few actually now, cookies and muffins, and brownies. It's all just excellent. You can't tell the difference between regular flour and Grandpa's Kitchen gluten-free flour. If that's what you need for your diet and you want cookies, then get some Grandpa's Kitchen flour and make yourself some cookies. I'm telling you what, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Also, want to shout out to our sponsor for the whole league and Bigg Wizurd TV's exclusive sponsor, Stair Fittings Incorporated. StairFittings.com. Orders.stairfittings.com is the website. Orders.stairfittings.com. Check them out for all of your stair needs. They have it all. They have stair treads. They have everything. They have the little risers that go up. They have the skirts that go on the side. They have the newel posts, they have the handrails, they have accessories, the balusters, the shoe plates, they have it all. They have everything. It's great stuff. Super excellent on the quality, and customer service can't be beat. Check them out. Orders.stairfittings.com. Looks like Todd's got a little bit of damage on the front of that. As Morgan catches him, goes over the hill here, catches a draft and goes on by. And it looks like a little bit of closeness here, not too close. Brandon now within 6 seconds of Tyler. Now Tyler's got a little bit damaged race car. He went in that last pit stop and did not have a fast repair. So he's going a little slower than he probably wants to. We'll see if he's got the straight line speed. It's usually what you lose on these GTE cars. If you have any damage, you definitely lose straight line speed. And Brandon is definitely catching him. Cutting that down to 4.5 seconds just down that straightaway. So picked up almost 2 seconds down the straightaway there. Shouldn't be too long before he catches up. As Morgan makes another pass, yet another pass, we saw that, on Todd Schwartz. Now Todd, being a lap down now, fought back, got his lap back 2 different times. Or at least one time, got his lap back. And is now a lap down going through the Grand Prix section on the leader's lap number 12. Mooney kind of out there by himself, driving around, putting down the laps. That's what happens when there's only 9 cars entered at the Nordschleife. You drive around a lot by yourself. Still doing some pretty good laps, putting in some pretty good times, keeping it clean. It's got now a little more than a 2-minute gap to Julian in front, and almost a 3-minute gap. Yeah, more than a 3-minute gap. Almost 3.5 minutes to the car behind. I'll catch back up with this action. I think Brandon is about to catch Tyler on track. The gap was 6 seconds in front at the start of the long straight. Now down to 1.5 as they go through the Grand Prix section. Brandon now 1 minute behind the leader. As Julian is in the pit lane. Julian coming in for his final stop. He should be able to get in and out in plenty of time. Oh! Tyler, I think, lets him by. I hope he just let him by. Yeah, he locks him up. He does lock up the tires. That's what it's going to do. But he just goes a little wide, lets Brandon go. Not worth fighting at this point, as Tyler has a damaged vehicle. Julian getting fuel here. Does not get tires this time. So he's going to finish up the last 23 minutes on the tires that he has. Stays out in front of Mooney by 1.5 minutes. So that should be a solid chance. If he can keep it clean the rest of the way, that is a solid chance for Julian to finish this up in P3. If you guys are out there in TV land, give me a shout. Let me know what you're doing out there, where you're at. I can see you. I can see you out there. Maybe one of our racers that has had fallen on hard times, we'll say. Maybe like Brett or Adam is out there watching the stream. If so, good run tonight, guys. Sorry that you had an early demise. It was definitely a track that does not forgive. Once the fast repairs are gone, the race is gone. As you can see from Tyler trying to hold on. It's just struggling to keep that car on track. Todd Schwartz has gotten by. And Tyler's still falling back. And he's got a chance. It's probably catching Todd. He does have a chance with a couple laps to get that P5 spot. But Todd is going to try to hold on to that. As you can see, there's a lot of wrinkle on the front of that car and on the back. But he's still cruising. He's still got it going. He does have a shot at it. So we'll keep an eye on that. Back to Mooney. Mooney's car is still looking pretty good. Definitely can tell it's been out there for an hour and a half. But, still rolling along, and he is in P4. Mooney, one of the admins for Last Man Standing Motorsports, keeps it all going here with us, helps us set up the races for GTE, the grandpaskitchen.com GTE series. Racing in the Corvette. Mooney's more of a Ford guy. So, you know, it's interesting that he's in the Corvette because he has, I believe, all of the cars. There's 5 cars in the GTE class. There's the Ford GT, which is his personal favorite, but isn't as good around corners, so he doesn't use it all the time. The Corvette that he's in now, the Ferrari we've seen, that is what Adam was in and Julian Lockwood's running. The Porsche that Brett Elder was in earlier, and the BMW that 4 drivers are still out there running tonight. So 5 cars in the class, and I believe Mooney has them all. And likes the feel and the drive of the Vet, but wished it had a Ford badge on it because he loves that Ford GT. In GTE, in this series, you can't change your car throughout the season. You have to stick with the same car start to finish on the season. That means that if you start with a BMW, you have to race the BMW every week. Just the way it rolls here at the highest level of racing, road racing at Last Man Standing Motorsports. So we watch Morgan head to the straightaway and is about to clip off lap number 12. 20 minutes left. It's going to be real close. I would think he's not going to make. I don't know. We'll see where it ends up. We'll see where it ends up. If he pulls in the pits, he can do it in 2 more. But I think he's going to have 3. I think he's going to have to go 15 full laps. Because right now we are at 18 minutes and 10 seconds. If he's running 8-minute laps, 16 minutes, he's not going to have enough time to slow down and make it in just 2 more laps. So looks like 3 to go at this point. See if anything else is going on track at the moment. Here's this battle that I was talking about earlier. Even though Tyler's car is not in the best of shape, he is closing that gap to Todd Schwartz, now down to 30 seconds, 29.5 seconds. We'll keep an eye on this, as this looks to be the closest race on the circuit. Now, because Todd could go quicker on the front stretch, he pulled away, or on that long straightaway, he pulled away on the straightaway, made that gap a full 30 seconds. And Todd's fastest lap now, 9:01.3. Tyler having a hard time getting clean. He doesn't have a fast laps. Oh, Tyler does. 12:16. That may have. No, his best lap was 8:40. "30 seconds separate 5th and 6th. 3 laps to go. See how this plays out. 4 of the 6 cars currently in the Grand Prix section. As Morgan pops back out into the Nordschleife first. Julian and Mooney long into the long track. Woo, that was a close one. Julian's just ticking off the laps, but man, that was pretty close. Watch Julian go around. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes. Brandon finishes up the Grand Prix track section. Through the chicane. And he jumps out onto the Nordschleife. Is actually out onto the Nordschleife already, as we see Tyler just get into the first corner. Close the gap down in the twisty bits of the Grand Prix section. He's down to 26 seconds, but tell you what, that is going to be a tough climb. We'll check in with him in a little while. As Julian comes across the start-finish line, starting his lap number 13. I believe we're going to have to finish 15 full laps, so 3 to go for him. And doing an extra lap is no small task here. It's an 8 minutes around for the fastest of our drivers. So I think they'd all be happy if he pulled in the pits. Made the next lap to pit the white flag, but even if he did at this point, I don't think it would do it. They're still going to have to go around again. Julian, part of Apex Predators Racing, teammates with Brett Elder, who's in the number 30 Porsche. Hopefully see those guys next season again. Myself and Mooney, along with Jeff Wyatt, all members of Old Guy Racing. Morgan, Brandon, and Todd are all members of the Buckeye Bashers, all from the state of Ohio. Getting a little crowded over here in this section of the racetrack. Still a little bit of a gap. Tyler has closed it down as Brandon just barely got by. We could back that up. Might as well see the action. Todd's letting him go. It is his teammate, so makes sense. Letting him go, but that does allow Tyler to catch back up and get close. As Tyler is now within just 8 seconds of changing that spot. He's going for that P5. I think he's got plenty of time to do it, but I'm telling you what, when they get to those long straight sections, he's going to have one heck of a time. One heck of a time trying to stay in front of him. See, now they're on a fast part of the racetrack. And it's going away. So Tyler just does not have that straight line speed with the car. He is gaining. He's cut it in half since they started the Nordschleife. Halfway around, he's got half of that down. He should be closing in on him within the next 3 to 4 minutes. Keep an eye on that. Morgan has put 2 cars lap down. Todd and Tyler both a lap behind. Plus the ones that have dropped out. Brett and Gary that never got fired off with us. Didn't look like he made the start. Coming back carousel one more time. We will see. We shall see. We shall see if we get a flag. I don't think we're going to get it this time by. Corners. When they get into those tight corners, Tyler is making some ground. I'll tell you what. He's pulled that down into 5 seconds. It's much quicker in the slow sections. And Todd is quicker in the fast sections. Coming up on tight corners. Let's go back to our leader. Still 10 minutes, 9.5 minutes to go on an 8.5 minute lap. So he's got 2 more. He's going to go 2 more. And that is going to mess up some fuel strategies for somebody who's out there trying to save fuel. But I don't think it's going to matter. If they need to come in for fuel, they've got time. It's not going to change anything. The only 2 that are even in close contest are these 2. Tyler and Todd. If one of those guys needs to come in for fuel at the end of this lap, then that will definitely cause a change and dictate who is going to finish in front of the other. At this point, it looks to me like Todd's going to pull away down this straightaway, and then Tyler is probably going to catch him in the Grand Prix section coming up. Both of them have front end damage. But both of them are still running pretty good laps. Tyler with 26 seconds quicker last time by. And right now he is right on the bumper. 2 seconds back after the straightaway. Now they go into the Grand Prix section. Starts out with a long straight, but then that hairpin, right-hand hairpin at the end of the long straightaway. That's going to be the spot to gain. As Todd pulls into the pits. Is that a pit stop? That is. That is a pit stop for Todd. Tyler goes by uncontested. So if Tyler has enough fuel to the end, that is P5 for him. As I was saying, fuel will make a difference here just for these 2 drivers. The rest of them have plenty of time for a fuel stop. They could probably get a cheeseburger, maybe even order in McDonald's. You know what they ought to do? They ought to get some brownies from Grandpa's Kitchen and have them delivered. There's enough time. You still got 10 minutes. You can make brownies in 10 minutes. Bring them down to the racetrack. Get some good stuff. I'll tell you what, those Grandpa's Kitchen brownies are good. Very, very good. I'd eat them anytime. Morgan out front with a now large lead, 71 seconds. Minute and 11 seconds out in the front. Still running on those original tires he started the race with. 2 laps to go. We'll see if he hangs on and doesn't have any errors. It is also getting dark on the circuit, as you can tell. I'm thinking lap 14 is going to be our final lap with daylight. We're going to finish this thing up in the blackness. Headlights are getting large. Start to see those lights shine on the racetrack. That means if you have front end damage on your car, you may not be able to see. Looks like all the BMWs are still good enough with their headlights to see just fine. Only in the Corvette doing plenty for the lights. Looks like he's doing pretty good. And Julian, our P3 driver, coming through the Grand Prix section. You have to get your fuel correct. If you do not get your fuel correct, it is a long way around. And you can save fuel, but I don't know if you can save that much fuel. That if you don't have enough to get around, you are really going to be struggling to get back to the pit lane. Winding this one down. We're not getting a lot of chatter out there from you viewers. So it must be really good action, or you've all just left it running and gone and done something else, which is possible. I appreciate that. 2-hour race and all. We got probably about 2 hours and 7 minutes will be the actual time tonight. But we're still going. We are still going here at Bigg Wizurd TV. This is Ron, and we are here for Last Man Standing Motorsports. And we're running the Grandpa's Kitchen GTE series. Bigg Wizurd TV sponsored by Stair Fittings Incorporated. Hey, when you go out to grandpaskitchen.com to pick up your gluten-free flour or pizza mix, don't forget to use the 10% off code BWTV. That's Bigg Wizurd TV, BWTV. You get 10% off at grandpaskitchen.com. Julian exits the Grand Prix section. As this plus one more time around. Our leader about halfway around, so Julian is about 4 minutes, 6. Yep, close to 4 minutes back. It's just 10 seconds off and 4 minutes back. Brandon just over a minute back. He's in the second spot. Julian 4 minutes back, third. Mooney is also back. He's in fourth spot. Tyler has moved up to fifth. If he can go without having to stop for fuel on this lap, he should be able to hang on. For fifth position, Todd has made his last pit stop and is going to the end in sixth. I wonder if Todd took the time to get faster. Doesn't look like. Oh, and he's in the wall just as we say that. Loses it. But once again, not enough to make it, so he can't drive the car. He's getting it going again. The BMW for Todd tonight has proved very durable. He's even still driving with the wheel straight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The guy is just cooking. He's got it rolling. Sixth position tonight. He's got a lap and a half left to do. He's probably excited about that. Can you see him from up here? Yeah, you can. They're down there. There he is. He's way down there. You can see his headlights. You can get a good view here of the racetrack. People paint things on the track all the time. I'm sure the day they scanned it, that's exactly what was on the track. Because they laser scan the tracks with iRacing. If you want to get involved, if you want to be doing this fun stuff here at the North Life as well, then jump on to iRacing.com, sign up as we watch Todd flash his headlights. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but thanks for the shout out there, Todd. Thanks for the nod as he goes across the field. Back up to the leader, crosses the start-finish line and gets the white flag this time, as he has 1 minute and 3 seconds. He could have just parked it there. I don't think so. I don't think they would have let him. They're going around again. Lap number 15. This is the final lap of the race, as we see Morgan going into the grandstand section. It is, as promised, dark by the time we finish this one up. It is going to be very dark on the track, especially out in the wooded section. There's no lights out there. I don't think there's any lights anywhere, actually. So the drivers are just going to have to hang on and be safe and be careful. This is Brandon in the black BMW in second position. He's coming up to the grandstand section himself. Across the line, one more time to go. And down into the Grand Prix section. Third place is Julian Lockwood in the Ferrari. He's about halfway around. He's still got 1.5 more times around here. Still running clean. I don't think Julian has had to use a fast repair all night. His car's looking good. If he did use them, I don't think he needed them. 4 minutes in arrears at the moment. So if he can hang on and run clean, he's got a solid third position here in the race. Mooney is more than 2 minutes back. Morgan just jumps out onto the Nordschleife for the final time. We also have Tyler Greger in P4 just coming on to the Grand Prix circuit around through the grandstand area. And Mooney in the Corvette down into one of the hard braking zones, making it look easy. It's been a long one. It has been a long one. The timer is up. 2 hours have gone by, and we still have a lot of racing to go here. Mooney, in order to finish his 15 laps, has to finish this half a lap and do a complete additional lap. As we watch Todd Swartz come across the start-finish line for the white flag, and he is grateful that we have the white flag this time by. And this is Julian coming down the long straight to finish up his lap number 14. Gonna get the white flag this time by for him. As Brandon is out on the Nordschleife for the final run. Final time. We'll see if anybody miscalculated pits and fuel and that has to come in on this last lap as they get the white flag. There goes Julian into the grandstand section and right down the front stretch. So he is planning one more lap as he gets the white flag this time by. And Tyler has moved out into the Nordschleife. Tyler's car is still a little beat up. He is still rolling strong. And Todd also is now a full minute behind Tyler as he's going through the Grand Prix track now. Julian also in the Grand Prix section in third position. Our leader is out among the Nordschleife for the final time. One more time around for him. This time is it. Brandon is also well into the Nordschleife now, as well as Tyler. Julian's still in the Grand Prix section as Todd pulls off the Nordschleife turn 1. Mooney coming around the final corners before, easy there, Mooney. Hits that second carousel and gets into the long straight. There he goes around the right-hander and down the long straightaway. He is coming up on his white flag. This time by in the 4th position. So as Mooney crosses the line at the end of the long straightaway here, that will be everyone having completed their lap number 14 and 1 to go. Getting light on the viewers as it got dark. It's a little hard to see. 1 to go for Mooney, and it is now pitch black on the racetrack. You can barely tell. There's clouds up there. Mooney grabs the white flag, does not need any fuel. Flashes his lights as he goes across the line. 1 to go. 1 to go for a P4. Keep it clean, Mooney. Keep it smooth. And as we watch Morgan, our leader, coming around the last of the tight corners. We'll be going around the second carousel in one more turn. Two right-handers, and he's on to the backstretch. And we'll be talking to him in the winner's circle before too long. Hopefully we can grab him and bring him up here to the booth and chat. I don't have my second account to go probe and find out where everybody's at. Flashing his lights down the long stretch. Come on up to the booth after the race there, Morgan. Through the final section. Easy around the last couple corners. The last left-hander, and down the front stretch he goes. And there it is for the win of the season finale. Morgan Teggy keeps the beat the streak alive. Takes the race and the championship. Congratulations to Morgan. And he gets the beat the streak, so he gets a $15 award from J&R Customs, which is also matched by Bigg Wizurd TV. He goes to $30. Good job, Morgan. He held off all racers the second half of this season and has won all of them right in a row, undefeated for every race he joined. And congratulations to Morgan on the victory and on the championship. All right. I don't think he's going to wait and go all the way around to pull it into the pits. I think he's just going to do his donuts there in the grandstand section for all the fans to see. As we switch over to Brandon, coming down through for the final time. Left-hander and onto the front stretch. That is it for him. That's a P2. That's a solid P2 for Brandon tonight, as he comes across the line in second spot, about a minute behind. And his race and the season are done. Brandon with a solid finish. He only raced the second half of the season. He won the IndyCar series, so only raced the second half of the season and still finished high in the standings. He might even move up again tonight. We'll have to take a look at that. Let's see where that lands. But currently, Brandon is in 9th position, and with only 9 races ran. So good job to Brandon. Congratulations. Let's go to Tyler. Tyler has also crossed the line, or coming across the line soon. He's running down that backstretch right now. And Tyler is a lap down, but he will finish in P5, 1 lap down tonight. After some really rough run-ins with the wall, he gathered it up with damage on the front and got it running. Got past Todd for P5, and now finishes the race and his season. And Tyler raced quite a few of the races this season and will end up probably in 7th spot, by the looks of it, in the championship with a P5 tonight. Good job to Tyler. Let me see if I can encourage them to come up. Hey, this is Ron from the booth. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Ron from the booth.
Hey, if you want to jump up to the booth and wait for the last guys to finish, chat with the guys that have already crossed the line.
Sounds like a...
Let's see if they come up. Come on up. Come up. As we watch Todd coming across the long straight in the dark. Headlights only at this time. Hey, Tyler made it up here. Tyler, how's it going tonight?
You know.
You had a fun one. I would say that was fun.
It was interesting.
Yeah, you finally got it all gathered together though, and finished up with a P5.
Yeah, I was happy to be in P3 until I had to tow.
Yeah, you found the wall a couple times.
Yeah, more than I think I probably caught it about a handful of times.
Yeah, it was a tough night. And after you ran out of fast repairs, you ran clean the rest of the night. So
yeah, which is weird.
as we watch Todd go across for the checkered, and here comes Julian for P3 coming across the line now. P3 for Julian should solidify his 2nd spot in the championship. Nice job for Julian.
Way
Morgan,
to go, Julian.
what a clinic.
Hey, thank you. It was rough out there. The car tried to introduce me to the wall.
Yeah,
pretty much every lap.
The wall was trying to be your friend a couple times. You found it. You found it once pretty hard, and Brandon got by you. But that didn't last long.
No, but
A couple
yeah,
laps took you to get back in there.
Yeah, he didn't give it away. That is for sure. It wasn't easy. But super pumped. I gotta thank you guys, Brandon, Julian, everybody else that's been fighting all season. It's been awesome, especially Grandpa's Kitchen, because this was an awesome season.
Yeah. Congratulations on the championship, Grandpa'sKitchen.com GTE series. You've also got a little bonus prize in there from J&R Customs coming at you.
Hey.
So nobody could beat you. Every time you hit the track, you won the race. So that'll bring an extra $30 bonus coming at the end of the season here. We'll have a trophy. I don't know if we have it. I don't think we've had it created yet, but we'll figure out what that's going to look like and get it out to you. You're going to have to make a bigger shelf. So
It's a good problem to have.
Brandon, nice and smooth tonight. I don't think you got a 0x. I saw you go off at least once.
3x.
3? Yeah.
No walls though.
No walls. No walls is a good thing.
And I think
you
I
got
at least
the lead
put
there early.
one lap led, I think.
Yeah, you did lead a lap there at the end of lap. I think it was lap 2.
Yeah. You can't keep the I knew it was going to be short-lived, so Lord of the Ring was going to come back around me at some point.
When he was saying he wasn't good at this track, I'm like, what?
Yeah, we all know that was crap. I'm not sure that there's a track that he's not good at. So.
He
At
probably
least we
could have
haven't
done this
found
one
it
in
yet.
his GT3 car.
Yeah, I think the GT3 cars are faster
Yeah.
100% faster.
than what these GTEs were.
Well, they were sliding around. Both of you guys were slipping and sliding pretty good around the track, at least when it was light enough to see you drive around. Last lap and a half has been a little dark. So, as we watch Mooney finish up, coming around the last section, onto the grandstand section down the front stretch, and finishes the race in P4 for Mooney. Good job, Mooney. Yeah, it was a good one. Good race for everybody. Julian, P2 in the championship and a nice solid P3 tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got to congratulate Morgan. He was just, he just blew everybody's socks off the whole season long. I was really very happy to take P2 in the championship. P3 tonight was a good result for me too. So, yeah, it was a great series, no doubt about it. But a worthy champion was crowned tonight, and it wasn't me.
Well, you were close. Second spot is a pretty good spot to be in.
Yeah, well, I ran a lot of races, and frankly, if some of the other guys had run every race, I certainly wouldn't have been second. But anyway, you know, P2, I'll take it. We move on.
Yep. It was a good race. Nice clean race tonight. You stayed mostly off the wall. You were the lowest incident count on the track with only 2 tonight.
Yeah, I was trying for a 0, but I had a 1X at the chicane at the end of the Grand Prix circuit going onto the Nordschleife. I just never can figure out what line to take through there, and it catches me out quite a lot. And the other 1X I had was on one of the other turns on the Grand Prix circuit, so I was 0X on the Nordschleife, but sadly picked up 2 overall.
Yeah, that's a tall task here to go 0x, and especially in a 15-lap race. You know, I was thinking if Morgan would have stopped and got tires when Brandon did, we may have been able to clip this off at 14 laps.
Yeah, I think he was still beyond. He would have still crossed the line ahead of time. I don't think it would have made a difference lap wise.
It would have been close. He was a minute and 11 seconds short when he crossed the line the final time on the white flag lap.
I seriously considered slowing down there for a minute to get it closer.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take tires. I hit the wrong button on my stream deck coming into the pits. So
Oh, okay.
I'm like, why is it taking so long? And then I'm like, oh, it just jacked the car up. This is going to take forever.
Yeah, it put you back an extra
in the end,
30
I don't
seconds.
think it would have made a difference, and I didn't mind having the better grip there at the end. So I don't think it would have changed anything had I not replaced them. So all good.
It was pretty exciting. It was fun watching you guys battle it out in the early laps. It was pretty cool. And then we watched Morgan drive around.
Yep.
Pretty good. Mooney in for P4, just finished it up, stayed on the lead lap.
Yeah, sorry, I had to use the porta john real quick.
I saw you dive into the pits to get there. Yeah, good race. Good race for you.
Oh, I was enjoying racing with Adam until he had the first initial issue. Because I was right with him, and then it was like once I lost the bumper to Chase, I made a couple minor mistakes myself then, and then.
Yeah, you had a couple dings on the nose, but it looked like it was in pretty good shape, though.
I nursed it for about 2 laps going, save fuel, save the fast repair, and made it to the pit window so I didn't have to use an extra pit. And then I really smashed it after the long straight with the 1 lap to go just before Morgan. And I'm like, pull in there and get it fixed real quick so it looks pretty for the finish. And I'd already used the fast repair. So
yeah. And Tyler had a fun run. I think he called it fun in 5th.
Yeah, it was interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Todd, you came in 6th tonight. You beat 3 guys. It's actually a pretty solid run. You were pretty smooth most of the night.
Yeah, the final hour, I just kind of lost focus.
Yeah, you had some dents on the car about halfway, but it actually looked like you. I mean, you obviously weren't the quickest car out there, but you were running pretty smooth that first half. It seemed like you were running really strong.
Yeah.
It's a good race. Nice run for everybody. Sorry we lost Brett and Adam. Gary never made the launch, so. But yeah, we lost a few along the way, but 6 cars on the finish. It was a fun race to watch. I hope the fans had a nice time. And this is Ron up here in the booth, Bigg Wizurd TV. It was really nice to broadcast for you guys tonight. We need a few more viewers. I think that'd be helpful so I could talk to more people. But Morgan, you got the best comment of the night on the stream. Morgan is a beast. So.
Well, he typed that in while he was driving himself, I bet.
Hey, don't tell my secrets.
Well, he must have been typing it in with Karen's name because it came in from Aunt Karen.
I appreciate it, Aunt Karen.
Yeah, good race, everybody. Nice and fun. It's a great group of guys to race with. We'll be back next week for the team challenge. We're going to be at Spa, having a good time there. And yeah, this was great. This was a really good race to broadcast. I'm glad I got a chance to get in the booth, and hopefully you guys will take a minute to watch pieces and parts of it, or the whole thing if you're really interested in the 2-hour stream of cars going around. So.
Well, the only thing as a race director that I would have liked is to had the actual race start be about 30 minutes to 40 minutes sooner. I didn't want darkness to play it, and I wanted dusk.
Oh, well, if someone wouldn't have gone an extra lap by being too fast, you would have had that.
Sorry about that.
If Brandon hadn't been so
He
fast,
was only
in the
fast
beginning-
because I was pushing him from 1 minute and 12 seconds behind.
Yeah. You were right on him.
Yep.
Well, I figured it was the fact that you did so well in that first couple laps that you got him really moving. You know, if you had not been so good the first lap, maybe.
Yeah, if I could have stuck with him, I pressured him into a mistake in that first stint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to close down our stream here. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV, Last Man Standing Motorsports, Grandpa's Kitchen GTE Series, Season 4 comes to a close tonight with our champion, Morgan Teggy, top of the podium tonight and top of the championship. We're going to say goodnight. Please, when you're out on the roads, be safe. Do not race on the roads. If you want to race, get yourself a sim rig and join us on iRacing.com. Keep the wheels on the bottom, everybody. You guys have fun. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you, Ron. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey,
Have a good one,
thanks.
everybody.
Good night.
All right, folks, that was it. There's your standings. It's been a great season. Season 4 comes to a close. The standings for this championship will be posted in the Discord server for all the racers to see here within the next day or so. I want to thank our sponsors, Grandpa's Kitchen and Stair Fittings Incorporated, for being with us every step of the way. This is Ron with Bigg Wizurd TV, saying goodnight to everybody. Thanks again. Appreciate you. Throw me a like if you like it. Watch some of my other videos. Learn how to paint cars. Learn how to drive laps, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys on the next time.